Hi everyone, my name is Lisa and you're watching the Wonder of Ivy YouTube channel. So this is a totally impromptu video in this format, but I just saw the Ride Your Wave movie in theaters not even like 30 minutes ago. I just got home and I just felt so many emotions, and what I originally planned to do was take my camera, vlog me before, vlog me right after the movie. But when I went to leave the house and turn on my camera, it was dead. So I was like, you know what, I'll charge it, and if I have feelings about it, I'll come home and record something. And I feel like you can see it now. I look like I'm gonna cry, or that I've been crying, and that's because I was crying. But I thought this movie was so amazing that I had to come on and do a little review about it. And I just want to say, this movie, I paid for it. I'm not at that level where people are sponsoring me to go to these things, but I'm putting it into the universe that will be happening for me by the end of 2020. This movie, it was just so good, and I'm gonna go ahead, for those of you, first of all, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm gonna read the synopsis. I suggest you stop watching this video, go watch the movie however you can. I'm not condoning, I'm not suggesting, no ways for you to watch it. But I really do hope that you go and watch this movie. If you've watched this movie, then you're just gonna listen to the synopsis, and although you've seen the movie. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Now I wanna say that I saw this movie maybe like on social media in January, and I didn't know what the movie was gonna be about. I saw the trailer and kinda figured it out, and the trailer was before it was subtitled. So it was straight up Japanese. I was using context clues, trying to figure out what it looks like, what could have been the situation that happened. So immediately once I read the synopsis to the movie, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go watch this and I'm gonna go cry my eyes out. And that is exactly what I did. So Ride Your Wave is a movie from the director Masaki Yusawa. He directed The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and Devilman Crybaby. And it's described as a deeply emotional film, and his trademark visual ingenuity is a tale of romance, grief, and self-discovery. So, and this, I'm reading this from G Kids. So it says, Hanako is a surf-loving college student who has just moved to a small seaside town. When a sudden fire breaks out of her apartment, she is rescued by Minato, a handsome firefighter, and two soon fall in love. And just as they become inseparable, Minato loses his life in an accident at sea. Hanako is so distraught that she can no longer even look at the ocean, but one day she sings a song that reminds her of their time together, and Minato appears in the water. So from then she can summon him anytime she's near water as she sings their song, and she's like really happy. She thinks they can be together forever. And it says, but what is the real reason for Minato's sudden reappearance? So as you can see, I'm already getting emotional. But this movie, I would say, is definitely one that deals with grief, and it definitely has whimsical elements throughout the movie. So I'll say, going into it, you know that Minato is gonna pass away. You know he gonna lose his life. So the first 10 minutes of the movie, anytime they're in a scene together, I'm crying. And I'm tearing up, my chest is hurting before anything in the movie even happens. And it's so happy and so beautiful, and the music and the visuals are absolutely stunning. But you know that it's coming, and then when it happens, when Minato loses his life, you are just like absolutely heartbroken. I was absolutely heartbroken. It's like, fuck it, we just gonna cry in this movie theater, because that's exactly what I do. So it definitely was something that it's hard to explain, because it's like I knew it was gonna be sad, but it feels really good at the same time. And I think that grief is a concept that's not really explored a lot in traditional media as itself. And then, you know, we're talking about anime, and there's a lot of animes that deal with death, or there's a ghost situation. This isn't necessarily a new concept, but in the way of this movie, you know, where things are, it seems so upbeat and so happy. So to be having this character deal with grief in this way is very interesting. And I think, you know, it has a lot to say about losing somebody, because once Hinako starts seeing Minato in like water, she's telling people about it, and everyone around her starts getting concerned about her because they think, okay, she moved, she's a shut-in now, and now all of a sudden she's talking to water and she thinks that it's Minato. So it definitely gives you that element where, you know, you're grieving and you might be doing things that aren't normal to you. You may be doing things that are different. You may feel like you see that past loved one to the point where it's concerning other people in your life. And I thought that the movie did a great job of highlighting that. And I love how they made sure to note that even though to Hanako this seemed normal that she was seeing his spirit, it wasn't normal to everybody else, and they really didn't understand it, but they were trying to allow her that space for her to grieve. In that sense with the movie, with that grieving, if you've lost somebody recently, or you know you're experiencing loss, I feel like as you get older you experience a lot of loss, it definitely hurts, and it hurts your heart so bad because, you know, you don't really think of an anime or movie that's gonna come and just like make you feel these real emotions, but they're definitely there to be felt. And another central theme in this is, you know, Hanato thought that her life wasn't gonna go on without Minato, and then when Hanato sees Minato in the water, she feels like she has it all figured out. She feels like, okay, like life is good. She fills up this plastic beluga and it fills him up with water, and it's literally in the street like looking crazy, carrying him in the subway. They're at the beach together, she's dancing with him, and you're watching it and it's animated so beautifully and there's such a beautiful music to it, but you feel very sad. At a point you feel happy, but you feel sad, and it's kind of a little bit cringy in a way because you're like, girl, he dead, this is his ghost, this ain't really him. But it is, you know, true to somebody who may have lost somebody in the past, that this is emotions, this is feelings and stuff that they're going through. So I thought the movie did such a great job at highlighting that. And I think, you know, other than just being sad, and it's sad in the best way because it really is, you know, Minato loses his life, but it really is about Hanato finding herself and finding the meaning to her life after his passing, her dealing with that. But it is very hard to watch, especially if you are, you know, anybody, you have a loved one, you're worried about your loved one passing away, as most of us are, or yourself, you know, you think about your mortality and things like that. This movie, like, the animation was A1. The music, the scoring was so beautiful. In the part where they're doing the montage before Minato passes away, and it's him and Hanako singing the lyrics, and they're singing and they're like can't even get through the song because they're laughing so hard. I have never seen that done, where it's like the main character singing the music, but it is so, like, I was like, yo, you're gonna die and we're doing this and we have these beautiful ass scenes, and here you are about to pass away. Ugh, my heart. It was so sad. It made me feel so many things. I think that's the beauty in this, that this movie in less than 2 hours had me emotionally just distraught. But like I said, it's very real emotions that you're feeling, because not only are you thinking about the movie, but you're thinking about your own life and the people in your life. And it really raises the question of, you know, what are we doing? What is our life? What work are we doing? What are our passions? Why are we doing the things that we do? And I also like that the movie also has other characters. Minato's sister and Wasabi was a character as well. And so you see other people's life too, and how they interact with the main characters, but also like their own kind of journey dealing with it too. Because even though Hinata is the one that lost her boyfriend, like somebody still lost their brother, somebody still lost their friend and their coworker. So to see those, you know, other people as well grieving in their own ways and how they're dealing with the death was absolutely amazing. Like I mentioned, this movie definitely has whimsical aspects. Obviously somebody dying and then you see them in water, and it isn't like a ghost in the sense of, or I guess it is more like a ghost. It's not just like a hallucination, because he is talking to her, he is answering questions about him passing away, and he is also trying to figure out himself and like why is he still here on Earth as opposed to moving on to the great beyond. And he is also able to interact with the real world in ways that actually have effects in things in real life. So I thought that was beautifully done, and I thought that was a really good aspect, because in the trailer you kind of don't know what his, you know, when people ghost in movies, you don't know what their limitations are, you don't know what they do as a character. So it was really great to see that, to see, you know, what his, you know, how he could interact with people, even though Hinata was the only one that could see him. But overall, this movie, I'm so glad. I mean, as soon as I saw the trailer, I made sure I ran out and I bought the ticket a month ago. And I'm so happy that I did. It was such a beautiful movie that I really think, you know, even if you're not into kind of the whimsical, or even if you're not into the emotional, I think there's definitely aspects. And it is, you know, it has a romantic premise at the beginning, but overall I don't think it's like it's not really a love story. It's a story about grief, and it's a story about finding yourself and miss a tragedy, or miss losing somebody that you love. Especially, I feel like at that age where you feel like your partners are your identity, they're your whole life. And Hinata's journey of her really having to be like, okay, like, I loved you, I want to be with you forever, but like I'm also being held back because I'm still seeing you, and I'm not being able to do the things that I want to do because I'm like still stuck seeing you, and having kind of to forge her own path forward. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I know this review was all over the place. Like I said, this is kind of like a stream of consciousness review. I didn't have any notes written down. You know, I just read y'all the synopsis from my phone. But like I said, this movie, I'm getting emotional again, but it was so beautiful. And you know, I was crying in a room. There was like maybe 10 other people in the movie theater, and I was like audibly sobbing through the movie. But this is one of my favorite parts about being somebody who loves anime. You know, a lot of people think anime is cartoons, it's just for kids, but obviously if you're watching this and you're an anime fan, you know that it's not. And these stories transcend, you know, beyond just something animated. Like, they really touch your heart and your spirit. And I think this movie had a message that I'm just gonna carry with me for the rest of my life, because I do think it's important. So yeah, thanks for watching this random video that I just whipped up in 10 minutes. And I'm gonna edit this footage and be like, what the hell did I just record? Does this even make sense? But y'all know me. Like, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be genuine, and I was really touched by this movie, and I was really sad, and I'm still sad, but I'm happy, and I want to express that. So my camera does that thing that it always does, and it died. Alright, when I was just about to end the video, but in the time it was cooling down, I went ahead and started editing the video. And one thing, I kept saying Hanato and Hanako interchangeably. Her name is Hanako, so I apologize if you're like, girl, it's Hanako. I know, I messed it up, but I'm not gonna go ahead and re-record this video because the feelings that you saw was real, and I'm not gonna recreate that. I was getting emotional watching me getting emotional on camera. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I would love to know your thoughts. I may type up a review when my thoughts are more fleshed out and I'm a little bit less emotional, because I feel like I'm still gonna go and like cry in like 10 minutes. And I'm okay with that. I love crying. And also, if you got any other anime movies that's gonna make me cry, be sure to drop them in the comments so I can cry and make more videos about me crying. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video and dealing with me crying, dealing with me looking red and snotty with these crying lips. You know you've been crying when your head hurts. And again, I apologize for saying Hanato is Hanako, and I was using that interchangeably. Y'all know the deal, though. You know that I loved it. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will check you out on the next video. I'm like applying to more press stuff, so hopefully I have some more press coverage coming soon in the next couple of months. But any type of anime videos or any type of videos in general that you want me to do, also drop those. Just comment your whole life in these comments, because I want to see it all. I want to see everything in these comments. All right, I'm done. Thank you guys. Peace.